welcome back for round 2 of the wheel-to-wheel season. So this week at Suzuka, our first of the one make in the Gr2 Lexus. So let's hop on board and we'll see how we go. So straight up, equal conditions again. You'll find all my lap guides are in equal conditions, so take care of the wind. But coming in, so I'm looking at the entry point is the side entrance road here on the left, just before the 50-meter zone. So what again? Just as I'm turning in, getting off the throttle, and slowly starting to apply the brake. So not even reaching maximum here. You don't want to push out too wide, so try and say I like to aim for maybe half a car width inside that curbing on the left. Because if you hit the curb in there, kind of unsettle the car and then just make it go straight. So up to about 90% brake pressure, and then trailing that off to get your nose tucked in for this right-hander. Bring on the throttle, going up into third because these cars, GR2, new for a lot of us. Traction is a thing that we need to manage. So if you've driven the Supra and GR3, similar to that, but yeah, upshifting earlier and being safer. So carrying that speed out all the way out to the curb, getting it tucked right, and this whole first sector is about just keeping a nice flow. Slightly different lines, different approaches people like to take, but just keep an eye on how I'm balancing the throttle on the brake here. Nothing too rash. So as I'm approaching, turning into the left, I'm getting off the throttle here a little bit, leaving that little bit of throttle just to keep that traction going. And then just little dabs of the brakes, getting the nose tucked in, keeping that momentum going. Again, slightly off throttle, little dab of the brakes. Let the car coast a little bit, back on throttle as much as you can, and then off throttle, 20-30% more brakes again. Upshifting here to third to get that rotation. So you want to keep it tucked right as much as possible, get them the power early, and carry as much momentum to this corner here. As you can see here, just giving a slight little feather of the throttle to like 90-80%. I find that unless you get it 100% right here, you can drift wide easily out here to the right, and then you're off into the fence, and there goes your race. So keeping it through, coming into this corner here, so you're looking at the 50 board here is when you want to tuck it in. Yep, abusing the curb here, going over it. You can save yourself, you don't have to use this curb. But optimal time is optimal time. So when you want to use all the track limits here, getting it out from the left using that curbing, and then as soon as you straighten up, basically on the brakes hard, and then trailing it off straight away, getting it over this curb to the right. So keeping left, getting it tucked in right here. So looking just after the end of the curb on the right. So basically as soon as you're straight, on the brakes. Trailing it off, getting on the apex, you'll find up to second, managing that traction. Opening up the steering as much as you can, as early as possible. Now keeping the flow of the straight here. Chance to have a little break. And you're looking at, some people may like to go to 6th gear, holding in the 5th, just before this side road again on the right. The brakes, then trailing it off, keeping that nose tucked in. Try not to drift too wide, just modulating your throttle through this bit. It's all about momentum. So I don't actually hit 100% throttle between these two corners. Little dab of the brakes to get the nose in. Up into third, manage the traction using all the track limits. And then another chance to have a little bit of brake. GR2, you don't have to worry about 130R. It is flat, nice and easy in the dry, that is. And then, so I'm looking probably about 125 meters here, getting on the brakes. So yep, just about here, fully on the brakes, getting tucked in hard. So you want to use all the track limits here. Don't hit the orange bollard on the right there. Probably right on the edge of track limits here. Same here in the second to just maximise. If you stay in first, that's too easy to spin out. So just go in the second and carry the momentum through, getting tucked right. On your hot lap you want to tuck right, even more so for qualifying there, but just letting it drift out. So that's a lap of Suzuka in the Gr2 Lexus. New car for everyone, so enjoy it. Remember, traction is key, and keeping your momentum, the flow through the bends. yeah, so good luck, and we'll go to a lap without me talking with the bird's eye cam in the top right corner as well. Cheers.